Hey guys, welcome to another video. Got my handy dandy microphone here. I just got done with the Craig Holiday meditation. It was an hour long, and there was just so much light that showed up, and it really helped dissolve a lot of karma, a lot of heaviness. A lot of I've been feeling just kind of a lot of sharp pain come up in my consciousness recently. And it was a really nice support and lift for me. It really was assisting me with that process of alchemizing all of that darkness and stuff. So the first thing I want to recommend Craig Holiday's Wednesday evening meditations to everybody. They're really supportive for the path, and it's a beautiful group that comes together for meditation every week, and it's something that's been with me for the last year and a half at least. I really never miss a Wednesday, and it's for good reason. There's so much support that shows up, and so that's the first thing. And while I had just received, so much light and grace and help, I thought I would just keep letting it flow through me and make a video about what I'm experiencing here at this place I've been staying at. And many of my videos have been really raw and vulnerable about the challenges energetically that I've been going through. And I want to talk a bit more about that and how today I realized this place that I'm staying at has really been exposing how little I've stepped into my power. And granted, I am much more powerful today than I have ever been in my entire life. The kind of life that has been created through me, if you want to say, I don't take much credit for it, is really special. And if I wasn't in my power a lot, then my life wouldn't be unfolding in the way it is. I wouldn't be experiencing so much freedom and authenticity. But what this stay that I've been having here in Las Vegas at this place has been showing me, it's been exposing wow, you've got a long way to go. And also, which is exciting because it's oh my gosh, there's so much more power to step into. And I think we can all kind of start feeling that we're just reaching we're just unveiling just 5% of whoa, of the power that's here for us to embody, right? And I think December is going to be huge for that for us. It's the universe is showing us oh my God, we are really, we say it a lot, we're so fucking powerful, but we're going to start having the direct experience of it. And I started having that a little bit in meditation tonight even too, where there was just moments of pure rage that came through, they just flowing through, it was just what was flowing through. And the rage, it felt so good though. It felt so pure. It felt so energizing. And it felt just like this raw, untapped volcano of power in my body that has been so dormant and I've been so disconnected from. And I really think December is going to be this huge month for us light workers to really start embodying more of this power. Not just embodying it, but start discovering how much more there is within us. I feel that the veil is going to start getting thinner. The veil is going to be pulled off, you could say, for the incredible amount of untapped power in our being. And I think I've made that point enough. And so I think that's one thing that's been shown to me here is, if you're a really powerful being, then your environment, it doesn't affect you that much. This is just a real truth. You tend to have an effect on environments, right? And when you're really a powerful being. And I've noticed just how impacted I've been by this environment. And there's no real, there's no actual reasons that I should feel unsafe or anything. It's a lot of it is just old trauma coming up and a lot of old powerlessness surfacing. So it's really showed me where I can deepen into power, and like how much more, just how much further we have to go with this, and how much the divine, how much Gaia really wants us to step into this power. And that's why it's going to be made available to us to feel in a visceral way. And we're going to get to experience it flowing through us, and how that can change our experience of life so dramatically. And I'm already feeling that. Like, I'm feeling this willingness to keep. I'm almost really enjoying being here in a deeper way, because I'm learning so much from all the darkness it's bringing up within me. And it truly is when we start digesting our darkness that it transforms into our power. So many of us, myself included, we cling to the light. We want the lighter emotions. We want the bliss, the joy, and which is great. But until we learn how to really embody darkness, we're going to kind of get pushed around by life a little bit. We're going to find ourselves in environments and really struggling. We're going to feel ourselves at the mercy of life in some ways, rather than this powerful being that we are, who just like ripples of waves and power and energy just flow from, right? Like, we're these power sources, that we need to step into our power and have an effect, a beneficial effect on environments, rather than being these beings that seem to be so affected by environments, right? And a lot of that just has to do with stepping into our power. And so the divine might put you in places like it's doing me, to really illuminate and expose some of these areas where there's untapped power. So you might be in an area that really pisses you off, that really fucking triggers your anger. And that's the divine showing you, like, hey, look at all this untapped power in your body. Here, I'm going to put you here. It's going to piss you off. It's going to trigger you. It's going to make you feel all of these emotions that have been suppressed and dormant. But through going through that, like I'm going through right now, you're going to start to like learn how to embody those darker energies and emotions more, and you're going to be a more balanced being, and therefore your experience of life will be one of more ease, less pushed around, less of a doormat, less of a people pleaser. And this is good, because you'll have more to give from that place. You'll have a better impact on the world. Your gifts will shine through with more power, and this is all very good. So I just wanted to make that point. That's what I've been going through, and I've noticed the more I cling to the light and want to avoid this situation, the more it just becomes unbearable. And it's like that old pattern of me, who anytime something like this would come my way, that would try to teach me through some fierce grace of triggering up some dormant, darker, heavier emotions, that old pattern would just flee. Like Matthew would just, cancel it. Even like, and this is something that I'm really stepping into, is like I've talked about in past videos, is keeping my word, staying in integrity. It's like, I told these people I would be here for 7 days, and I'm going to do it. I'm keeping my word to them. Whereas in the past I wouldn't, and I would just flee this whole experience, and I wouldn't get the full lesson. And the reason I'm having it now is because I've fled situations like this in the past. So it's like, it's had to come back around. It's like life's like, okay, you weren't ready for it that time. Well, it just comes back around until you process through it, until you digest it and integrate all those emotions. It could be a different type of circumstance. It doesn't mean it's going to be exactly the same the next time, but you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're feeling the same emotions that you always run from. And I'm just tired of running. I'm ready just to embody my darkness, to embody my power, and to go through this. And so I noticed a little bit yesterday and today, being on the phone a lot again, disassociating. I watched Squid Games for 2.5 episodes, but I was fast forwarding to the parts where they were doing horrific. Don't watch it. Please don't watch it. It's not great for your consciousness, unless somehow your consciousness is like making you watch it. I noticed that today. I'm like, why am I watching Squid Game? And I just noticed the presence was like making me watch it. And I was like, and I don't want to get this all super dark, but I could see why there is this insane. I can't believe I'm talking about this. I could see why there was some value for me to watch it, because I usually avoid the gruesome, the super dark, the gnarly. I have like this tendency to like get like paranoia and stuff, and it's just like I was immersed in it a little bit, and I was just sitting there with stillness and presence, and being like, I'm okay. I'm watching this and I'm fine. And I'm not recommending you do this, and I hardly ever do this, but every now and then I think to watch something really dark, somehow it can maybe it can maybe help us. At least that was my experience today. So that's what I wanted to share is December. Watch out. Lots of power coming online, which means volcanoes of rage and anger could be triggered. You might be feeling helpless and powerless. That's okay. Those transform into the opposite. Always know that emotions transform into their opposite when you sit with them long enough. Let me see if I wrote anything down that else I want to share. Just be yourself. Embody how you feel. And that's going to let these energies really integrate the easiest. But other than that, I hope you guys are well. It's so great to connect with you. Thank you for your tremendous support. Thanks for all the love and the donations and booking sessions. I really have I've just been enjoying the sessions. I've been doing more than I ever have, and they've just felt so fulfilling and rewarding, and they're so healing for me as well. And it's just really beautiful to connect with you guys in that deep way, in that really vulnerable way. And yeah, thanks for that. And if any of y'all want to join my Patreon page, feel free to do that. One of these days, I could feel that starting to grow, but right now it's just fun. Just thanks for watching, thanks for being here, subscribing if you're subscribed, liking. They took the dislike button away. I don't know why. That is weird to me. I guess I have some theories as to why, but it's not that important. I swear there was one more thing I wanted to say. I'll leave it. I think this is great. Leave in the comments below if you feel like power is starting to come online in your being and what that's like for you. It's great to hear about your guys' process, if you want to do that, if that feels good to you to share. That's what the comments are there for. So much love. I will see you guys in the next video. Namaste.